This is
Up
for Grabs, a podcast where three unfiltered friends talk about anything and everything. And now, here are your hosts, Tracy, Kim, and Rachel.
Welcome to Up for Grabs. I'm Rachel. I'm here with my dear friends, Kim.
Hello.
Hello. And Tracy.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
Are you lying?
Yes, always.
That's just it. That one time.
JK, I'm good.
No, but that one time when we were recording, you accidentally told the truth by saying that you lie all the time.
Yeah.
And now I don't know if I trust you.
You shouldn't.
Oh boy. So I don't trust you, but I'm hoping that today you are going to be telling some truths, because I think today on the show, I'm looking forward to hearing maybe some fun stories from your childhood.
Oh.
And if you don't have those, just make one up.
Okay.
Because your childhood stories and mine are nothing alike. And we grew up in the same vicinity. Today on Up for Grabs, I wanted to talk about, I guess, ways that as adults now we could lighten things up a little bit. We could be more whimsical or childlike in our day-to-day lives, or we can't, and what we miss about being a child, what we used to do that was fun, that we can't get away with doing that now because we're adults with bills and a house and kids and real life. But I think things today have just in general, the general climate is just kind of very serious. Everything's pretty serious, and it is. But I'm just saying that gets to be too much sometimes, and I just wish there were some things from childhood that we could get back into our lives to help lighten the day, lighten things up.
Okay.
During a heavy time.
I don't think my notes correspond with what you're saying, but that's okay.
That's just it, because that's why I said I don't know what we're talking about today. And
okay.
Kim said, well, you're the one that told us what we were talking about, so you should know. But we'll see where it goes.
Okay.
Because I'm interested to know what you thought of as opposed to what came to my mind very first. And I will tell you that when I thought of what is something super fun and just childlike, whimsical, playful that I used to do as a kid that I think would be super fun to do today. And one of the things that I came up with is running through the sprinkler in the yard. I used to do that. I think, didn't every kid do that?
Yeah.
In fact, I think some days we would put on our swimsuits and then just go down the street, and like every yard that had a sprinkler going, that was very common for just everybody to be watering their yard all the time.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s, we'd go through everybody else's sprinkler.
Yes.
And it was innocent, and it was playful, and it was fun. And now as an adult, I wish that it was okay for me to run through the sprinklers.
It is. Go on.
I think people would call
Right
the
now.
cops. I think they'd call the cops if they saw me out in my front yard.
You could just yell hot flash. I'm having a hot flash.
No. Oh, every night at 8 p.m. I'd tell my whole neighborhood to turn on their sprinklers, and I'd be running for it. So that's kind of what I was thinking. So if that's not what you guys thought of, good. Because now I want to hear what you thought we were talking about.
So I wrote down things that inspire all was our theme. But initially, my very first one was I thought we would all say the eclipse that happened last year.
Okay, the awe-inspiring. Yes.
As far as something that inspired awe in me.
Yes.
Because I remember thinking, this will be cool. And then when it happened, it was like, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yes.
I think that was originally my idea.
Okay.
For the podcast, because I wanted, and I think we were talking about the eclipse and just how I hadn't felt that kind of magic before. That,
well, it's hard to find that, I think, at the age that we are.
And that's what I missed.
Yeah. Where's the damn magic?
You have to search it out.
Is it there?
It's there. I have another story that's not the eclipse.
Okay.
Saving the starfish on the beach when we went to, where were we?
Charleston?
Charleston. And, the beach wasn't necessarily a part of our trip, but we were taking a walk that morning.
And starfish were everywhere.
And starfish was kind of like my thing,
Yeah.
And I was like...
Explain why it was your thing.
I don't know. I just liked it. I think I'm a half mermaid. I don't know what the other half is.
Okay.
But I like starfish, and then I know that they have like a connection to the Blessed Mother. There's like a symbolic part to do with the Blessed Mother. I don't really understand it, but
A lot of symbolism with
a lot
them.
of symbolism with starfish.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to Google that because I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they're kind of like one of my things.
Okay.
And so we were walking along the beach, just trying to, get some fresh air. I don't think we were really exercising. That doesn't sound like us. But no. And there were probably hundreds.
Oh, I've never been to a beach with that.
Where they had washed up on usually if I go looking for shells, I'm lucky to find 2 or 3 shells. But there were all these starfish, and all of a sudden I felt so moved to save as many as I could. So I was picking them up and running them to the water and trying to save as many starfish lives as I could.
And then I said, we're going to be here all day and I'm hungry for lunch, so we need to wrap up the starfish saving.
Probably.
I'm sure I spoiled it.
You probably did.
But now I remember that,
Yeah.
but I don't think anyone got a picture of or did you, the picture of multiple
You have to,
starfish.
Tracy.
I have to have at least one photo somewhere of it. Yeah, I bet I do.
And wasn't there some sort of story or saying to go along with the starfish? Like,
Yes.
what was that? Because you told me about that then, and I liked it.
I'll have to look it up again.
Wasn't it something like you can't save them all, but you can save one or something like that?
Yeah.
I forget.
That was it. There was a story that, or it was like a poem. I don't know, something about a beach full of starfish, and someone said there's no way to save them all, and they said, yeah, but I could save one.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the idea behind it was, do what you can.
I like that.
So that came to mind.
Yeah, if you have I'd love to know if you have a picture of like the multiple.
Yes.
Because I remember that day clearly, and I remember you talking about starfish and whatnot, but I don't remember
took a picture
seeing.
of your red suede shoes on the beach because who walks on the beach in red suede shoes?
Well, it was
Rachel.
Yeah.
But we were going somewhere. I wasn't like they said, let's
The
go.
beach was a last minute thing because we thought we're by the water. Let's go see I'm an ocean girl. Like,
Yeah.
let's
But it
go
wasn't
see the ocean.
necessarily warm.
No, it was like breezy and kind of chilly, but it's still.
Then that's why I was wearing suede shoes.
Who would have thought that we would have seen all those starfish? It was really cool.
So Kim, when I asked about this topic to you, what did you think we were talking about?
So I sat down this afternoon with Joe because he was today was President's Day, so he had the day off.
Yes.
Because there's no federal or state. But anyways, I was trying to think, and not necessarily like a little child, but like during your childhood up until you become an adult.
Correct.
Like different things that I would like to incorporate into today.
Yes.
So I had some fun with it.
Okay.
I mean, I had some fun with it. I had a couple. Joe had a good one too, but I already do this. But afternoon naps are like bring them back. Like let's have a designated time during the day. I think they do it in Europe, don't they?
They still,
or they just have your little siesta.
They physically close shops down for 2 hours or something, like 1 to 3 or
I
something
would do
like that.
Yeah. So bring that back. Joe had this. He said, whatever happened to like sanctioned dances? Like we grew up where we had CYO dances on the weekends, and it would be a Sunday night usually, but and it would be a DJ. Well, why can't there be like dances at like a local, I don't know, YMCA or KFC that's for just 50-year-olds and older, where there's a DJ and you just socialize and go dance and have fun and listen and play the music that was popular when you were young. I don't know. I mean, not that the idea of it sounds corny.
No,
but there's nothing more fun than that.
Well, I think that
Forced like engagement with people.
Social interaction. Well, we were just talking about how I feel that I don't get to see all the people I used to when the kids were little. You know, when the kids were little and they were in activities, you saw adults a lot.
Yeah.
And then since you saw them a lot, you hung out with them on other occasions too. And, you know, there would be people that you would do social things with. And as the kids have aged and gone, I just don't make the effort to get people together. And I think that dance, if that was like as something like a Southside get together that anybody
if they did it like one weekend a month, you know, like, hey, we're going to have, and it's going to be 80s night, you know, like a themed night and go. I mean, I don't know. That would just be, you'd have to force yourself probably to do it and get out and do it, but you wouldn't regret going and doing that and socializing with people.
No, I think that would be fun.
Because that was something in our childhood that obviously we didn't have phones and we didn't have computers, so we weren't inside all the time. We were always looking for something to do. And those CYO dances were so fun.
They were fun.
They were fun.
Yep.
Good idea. One of the things I think it's funny that you said nap time, because I did too, but I also put recess because school was not something that I was super good at. So like if it was gym day, that's something to look forward to. And recess, I always knew if I could, you know, it was kind of like the middle of the day. If I can just make it to recess, I might be able to get through the day without totally falling apart. So I think everyone probably feels that weight of everyday stuff all the time. I think perhaps, just a 20-minute recess to just go outside and
Play kickball?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Play kickball, jump rope. That used to be fun. Now it's like, it's hard.
Is that a good idea for someone our age? I don't know.
I think we just need to try.
All
Climb
right.
on a jungle gym. What? No?
Okay.
Yeah, I was never good at that. No. I'm not going to. Curly slide.
I loved a good curly
God, I
slide.
love the curly slide.
As long as they weren't metal, they were fine.
They were always metal.
They were always metal.
Burn
And it would be like
burn the
this.
back of your
my-
thighs so bad.
Did you ever used to use wax paper?
Oh, yeah.
At home, like we had like a metal, like a swing set at home.
Oh, okay.
And like, yeah, I did not have wax paper with me at school.
I didn't
But if I would have, would that have been fun? No, but you wax paper down the, like you go so fast, like you
Oh,
don't even have
I
time to
didn't
get your
know.
feet down. Yeah, it's dangerous but fun. Which is most things we did as kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dangerous but fun. Yeah, I it was just little things for me that I thought of that just make things a little lighter. Just like a week ago, it was, Valentine's Day. Wasn't it like a week ago? Mm-hmm. And I was telling Lily, and I'm like, I want to go back to the time where I decorated a Kleenex box and then got Valentines from a bunch of different people.
Yes.
We did it every year in school. I loved that. I mean, it was never, and the Valentines were never any good,
No.
but it was the anticipation of, it's like getting mail.
Yeah.
But like, but it was like something creative to do, and it was fun, and it wasn't school. Like it was just something fun to do. And I'm like, I want to bring whimsy back to Valentine's Day and decorate a box.
Where is
and
the whimsy?
it's gone.
Maybe get in touch with your local neighborhood association and say, this is what we're going to do. We're going to exchange Valentines.
Put your
in the
box out
mailbox.
on.
Decorate your mailboxes.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's something that sounds like could be in a senior citizen home, but that
I
would be
know,
fun. It still
but
would be fun.
That might. And that's really, you know what? Full circle.
It is.
They should be doing those kind of things.
I'm sure they probably do. The good ones do.
I don't want to think about the time that I'm going to be in the nursing home yet. we have agreed, haven't we, that we are going to Golden Girl it.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
You're acting like you had other plans.
I might.
No,
I told you, my kids fight over who gets me.
Okay, mine do too, but not for the same reason.
Mine do not.
No, I thought we were going to all go live
All right.
in a tropical location.
Well, yeah, let's do that. Okay.
I guess your kids could be there too.
Yeah, they'll visit.
So what else did you have on your list, Tracy?
I have puppy breath. Because
Yes.
it can lock you into a 20-year relationship with a dog that you're in charge of for a very long time, but it's intoxicating. maybe some people don't like puppy breath. I'd be shocked. I thought everybody loved it.
I
so
do.
I don't love it.
What a weirdo.
But it evokes a certain feeling. Like, I think it smells weird and gross, but the fact that it's coming from a puppy makes it okay. You don't think it smells good, do you?
Yeah.
I don't know if I necessarily think it smells good, but it does bring happiness. Like like she said, it invokes a feeling of it's a puppy. They unconditional love. They get, excited to see you.
And ruin your couch.
Yeah.
So puppy breath I
Puppy
got on
breath.
there.
Okay, what else?
Twinkly lights.
Oh. And do you keep those all year?
Yes.
Me too.
I have a light thing in my room that I turn on at night that puts the northern lights on my ceiling.
Who needs to go to Iceland?
It's pretty cool. It changes colors.
No, I think that those kind of things, yeah.
They're I like it. It's calming.
Yeah, it is calming.
And again, it's like that. I don't know if it's awe-inspiring, but it's that feeling. Twinkling lights can be awe-inspiring to me. Like if I see a house that's really done something amazing at Christmas with a gajillion lights.
I think when you have like a really clear night where you can see the different formations of stars, or Venus has been really visible. I'm kind of a nerd that way. I love a good full moon. Like I get really like that, like one of my bucket list things is, and I know it can't be that hard to do it, but it's to go somewhere where I can see the Milky Way in like all its glory. Like to me, that is awe-inspiring to just think all that up there is like outside of our touch, but it's so much more vast than we can wrap our heads around.
And the fact that you can actually see it, but it looks small.
Yeah.
But just the fact that you can see it means it's
Yeah,
huge.
like
you can't even understand how
really
big.
gives me the feels. That kind of stuff does. So
Where would you go to see that?
well, like I mean, I think that you can go like aren't there places in California like Joshua's Tree? I think that's a really big place that people go and
For
they
the
camp. And my mom and dad were saying something that you can like take an excursion where they take you out there and they give you a tour and then you're there at night and you get to see it all.
I would have to have someone there telling me what I was seeing.
would too. But
Yeah.
I know, I mean, there's plenty of places that, you just need to be. And the Northern Lights too are another one that I follow this Instagram page of this girl that lives in Norway. And I mean, she lives in like some weird, like little town
Right.
and it's every night. It's every night that it's doing that for them. And you probably get where it doesn't even do anything for you anymore. But I don't know, something with nature, like that is awe-inspiring to me.
Yeah. Me too. And wasn't it just last year, or I remember how we were talking about how we don't know what year things happen. The eclipse was last year. We did verify that
Yes,
in our
yeah.
previous podcast. But wasn't it just last year that for some reason people in the United States could see the Northern Lights? Like that had never happened before.
Correct.
You get it's not nearly the same, but you get glimpses of the colors.
Like I feel like it was like in
it
Michigan or
happens every once in a while.
Minnesota. I'm like, what?
The news
We did hear.
The news will talk about it. We
you
did
see it?
hear. We
Yes.
did hear because in Bloomington,
photos.
Bloomington had them pretty good as far as the different
Yeah.
shades of colors. That wasn't just a sunset. I mean, it was,
Huh.
But it doesn't happen very often. But we don't get them like obviously like in Iceland and those places. But
Yeah, I was talking about that. I mean, that obviously would be a really special trip to be able to go to Iceland and see
And
the
to
Northern
see it.
Lights. But I guess you can't be guaranteed that you'll see them.
My brother went to Iceland about 5 years ago. 3 nights in a row, they trekked it out there on snowmobiles and everything, and did not see him.
See, that would be.
It would be,
I would want my money back.
Yeah, me too.
I would need a guarantee that the Northern Lights would show up if I went that far to see them. But yeah, that is okay. Now Tracy's showing off her phone
Yeah.
with a picture of the Northern Lights. I guess I just didn't look out my window that night. What night was that? Does it say? Oh my gosh, it's purple and pink. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
What day was that?
It was Thursday, October 10th.
Yeah, I knew it was when I was
10
in
o'clock
Florida
at-
over fall
and
break.
This was at 10 o'clock at night.
Well, what? Oh, I was probably in bed.
Yeah.
I missed it.
So
I'm sure those will come back though, right? Just like the eclipse. No,
Yes.
when we were talking about awe-inspiring things, and we were talking about the eclipse, and I remember I was mad at myself for downplaying it, thinking like, oh, who cares? It's just like it's there and
Yeah.
then it's not.
Yeah.
But during it, like it was awe-inspiring in the sense that it was just bigger than me.
Yeah.
Like there's obviously
you can't wrap
things,
your head around it.
Yeah, it is awe-inspiring, and we don't have enough of things like that anymore.
No.
I mean, one thing that I put down on my list that I wish I still had, I still wish I believed in Santa Claus. Like that's the kind of wonder and awe I'm looking for. And it's not, and I was talking to my mom about it, and I was like, it's just the anticipation of it all. Like, and then like honestly believing it, and then having the presents there the next day. Like I told her, I'm like, there was nothing more exciting. And I just don't get that feeling from anything in today's current environment. Like I can't get myself to that spot of being that excited about something, or that finding it mystical, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there a way that you think you can do that?
Well, like I was saying, like I think people create bucket lists for that exact reason, because they want to be awed in some way. I mean, I think you have to search it. I don't think that it comes naturally at the age that we are, because we're adults. You know, we have the wisdom, and we have that, you know, like when thinking, like believing in Santa Claus, do you wrap your head around the fact that like at a good length of time, you didn't even question it. Mm-mm. It was just, there was no question to it. Now everybody's like, oh, let's Google this and let's figure this out. When you're a kid like that, you don't even think about that.
Mm-mm. You don't want to figure it out.
You don't want to figure it out. I mean, it's just, you know, I don't know. Yeah.
I miss it.
I miss it too.
What other things did you come up with on your list?
Joe said that we should bring back dating around like we did when we were younger. I was like, what does that mean?
Currently, like right now?
Like we made him or others.
And then he helped me. He was like, summers off, which I mean isn't a realistic thing, but as a child, there was nothing greater than you knew that you had your summers off.
There was nothing better.
Getting through that darn school year. I don't really have like a good explanation of it, but you know, like we always celebrated like graduations of your kids and birthdays and this and that. Well, there's nothing that like when you get to like, I mean, not that we're ancient or anything, but I thought maybe some way incorporate it being a thing that you celebrate and have a graduation when you exit a decade.
A graduation.
Like a graduation of like, you finished your 40s, you finished your 50s, and you, yay, you lived.
You
But
get a
like,
diploma.
I know people do that. I know people have milestone birthdays, but I don't know, like make it a thing where it's just like, you have an open house. Something like that. I don't know. Celebrate getting older. Celebrate that you're still here and that you're, you know.
Or like I made it through a year of working.
Yeah, exactly.
And I didn't say anything horrible that got me fired. I don't know. Maybe we need just to think of things.
Celebrate more of the little things.
Yes. So we need to, because as a kid, you celebrated you looked for a reason to celebrate everything.
Everything. I mean, you
Tracy
get so
knows.
excited about the tiniest of things. Like,
You're stupid. I don't say stupid. It wasn't stupid. It was adorable and whimsical. And it was your quinceanera for
yes.
what was it?
Sea monkeys.
absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
That's
Like,
whimsy.
Yeah,
that is whimsy. But like, we used to get excited when a new CD was coming out, or when a video was going to premiere on MTV.
Oh my God, you'd wait.
You know, you couldn't wait to get home from school. Like, I know you can't. That's the whole purpose of life. You're supposed to go through that part of your life, and you know it, and have all the. But wouldn't it just be fun if it was still there to some extent?
Yes, we need to find it.
And the naysayers out there that are all the happy-go-lucky people are like, oh, you can find that every day. You can find, and it's just harder.
Yes, it is.
You really have to look.
You really have to look, and you really have to be like willing to
Not care what people think.
Yeah, that's a
yes.
good way to put it.
Because most people that do
would
things
think
like
you're
this
weird.
just think you're immature or naive or stupid.
Yeah.
Like, just grow up and get into the real world.
Yeah.
And we all know it's not that fun. So I don't know why people would be mean about it. Why wouldn't they just say, you know
Why
what?
did we think this was a good idea?
Why wouldn't they just say, you know what? You're right. We don't do fun stuff just for the sake of doing fun stuff anymore. And we should.
I know.
Another dangerous idea I had is that I want to normalize. I think it should be okay to roller skate in my driveway.
God, I was just going to say that. I have
Between running through the sprinkler and roller skating on my driveway, my neighborhood would go wild. They'd call the cops for sure. But no, that's what I used to do and it was fun.
Yep.
And and now, you could paint it. Like now, you couldn't just do it just because you were just some eccentric gal that loved to roller skate. You would have to say that your doctor told you to do it for your mental health. You know what I mean? Like as long as this was a prescribed roller skating that I'm doing. It's not because I want to. It's just good for my mental health. But yeah, you feel like you have to have a certain reason
excuse
to be roller skating.
Yes.
Did you used to roller skate?
Yeah, in my friend's basement.
Oh my gosh, basements. Anybody that had an unfinished basement that just had the cement floor.
Yes,
in your garage or your driveway.
Well, we actually would go to people's driveways. My driveway was a cement one that was kind of a little bumpy.
Yes.
A little rough. In fact, when my first roller skates were those kind that weren't, they were like the...
They strap onto your shoes?
Well, those, and they had the other ones, the next ones were like you put them on like roller skates, but the roller part was still metal.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
that didn't roll.
No,
you
you're
would go,
right.
shh, shh, shh. Like, it was more
right.
like ice skating on my driveway and these metal weird things. But when we got the rubber wheels and it got kind of, we would go to people's, if they just got the driveway paved, which I'm sure they loved, that me and my friend Carrie would come over. Oh, they had a beautifully just asphalt driveway, all smooth and stuff. The one thing we did, and we made my mom come. My mom says this is, to this day, one of the funniest things that she's ever had to not laugh at while standing there. We were probably in 4th grade. We made up a roller skating routine, but we didn't know any, songs, so we did it to the national anthem.
How patriotic.
So we were singing the national anthem while we were doing our routine, and we made my mom. This was like 5 houses away, and my mom was like, I was so nervous the neighbors were gonna come because it was just so stupid.
She was so proud of you.
She was like, "Oh, that's really great!" Like she couldn't wait to run home because she thought, if these people come home from work and you guys are doing this in their driveway, she's like, I would have died of embarrassment. So yeah, roller skating. Maybe we just need to tell our doctors to prescribe it. I don't know.
Did any of you guys do a muscular dystrophy carnival in your backyard?
Can't say I did.
Don't you remember that?
Time
Jerry
out.
Lewis muscular dystrophy telethon.
I remember the telethon.
So you could order like this kit for a carnival, and you could put on your own carnival.
Wow.
To raise money.
You are making that up.
Dystrophy.
I do not remember that at all.
I know.
We did.
I mean, what kind of things came in this
goldfish? I don't remember.
Did you have to be like the Jerry Lewis of your backyard carnival?
Ladies.
That was so Jerry Lewis.
That's all I got.
That's all we need. That's all we need.
So wait a minute. So you would order it through the Muscular Dystrophy Foundation?
Some stuff like papery products, part of it. I don't remember exactly.
That's crazy.
But I think we did like goldfish in bowls.
Right.
Yeah.
Did they send you the goldfish?
No, I don't think so. I think we had to get those ourselves. I don't remember what all we
did. You charge admission? Like, was this a money-making thing for you?
No,
or were you supposed to give it to
you raised the money for charity.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's so you. I mean, I can see
That's
you guys.
so you.
It really
I can
is.
see you get it because you just you always have really creative things that you guys did when
And you were gung-ho.
Yeah. We were.
Tracy, you described yourself one time as Patty Simcox from Grease, and I will never not see that.
Yeah.
Because that's you.
Yes.
Just wholesome and all in.
I don't know about the wholesome.
She's always all in.
All
though.
in.
All in, though.
All
Yes.
in, and always down for a good charity or fundraiser or anything like that. I mean, seriously,
club.
Yes.
a club.
A club. Well, my kids when they were little said that they were club kids because whatever club it was, they were joining. Math club, they were in. Remember the math club?
Even if they didn't like math?
Yeah.
But they didn't want to miss out on any fun.
No, you didn't want to miss out on the snacks.
Yes.
That's the only reason I would have done it.
So wait a minute. So all this time, We could have been actually helping Jerry Lewis instead of just like being mad that the TV shows that we wanted to watch weren't on because he was sweating and running around saying crazy stuff.
Yeah, I just realized a couple years ago that wasn't on anymore. I don't remember when it stopped.
It was always Labor Day weekend because my husband still will say, "We're going to watch the telethon tonight," and I'm like,
Tell
okay.
him he can throw something in the backyard this year.
Now I know there's skits. For crying out loud.
I'm going to find some pictures on the internet. I don't think we have
I'm
any.
sure. I was going to say, I'm sure.
Well, now we're talking about something fun, adult whimsy. I want Tracy to come up with something we could raise money for a good cause, but it could be some very wholesome, fun thing that we throw in a backyard.
A carnival?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I think you brainstorm on that because I feel like you could really come up with something. I mean, maybe it is a carnival. Maybe one of the things I wrote down is I think that I should be allowed to ride the tilt-a-whirl every day if I wanted to. Like it should be like in some parking lot and always running. Like I should be able to go and ride it.
Like at the Eagledale Plaza?
I was going to say Greenwood Park Mall has them.
Oh.
Occasionally in the summers.
I think if I could put one in my backyard, I would, because that is a guaranteed belly laugh from me.
Yeah. It wasn't tilt-a-whirl, but it was the snowball. Which was the round, like you were in chairs and it went in a circle really fast.
Well, the tilt-a-whirl was at the big red.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, God.
My mom and I, oh my gosh.
I did love that ride.
We go over
every parish festival.
Oh my gosh, yes. My mom and I went on it, just laughed our sides off.
Yeah.
I think we were drumming up business for the tilt-a-whirl. We were getting some looks from passersby. No, think about that. I think because that could go along with a social outing.
Yeah.
We could draw people together.
We could get a DJ.
Yeah, Jerry Lewis might even come. I don't know.
Is he still alive?
I don't know. I made that up. I'm sure he's dead.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
I don't know why I said that. Who else who's that guy? Oh, like Ryan Seacrest. Somebody
Jimmy
like
Fallon.
that.
Somebody.
Oh,
I'm just saying, he seems like the host
He
of
does.
everything. Ryan Seacrest, that's a good one.
yeah. We'll work on it.
All right.
We'll let everybody know.
Yeah.
Tracy, were there other awe-inspiring things that you wanted to discuss from your list?
No.
Nothing?
I mean, as women, come on, what's the obvious one? Having a baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
not whimsy. That's awe-inspiring.
That's
yes.
awe-inspiring, not whimsy.
Yes. Yes.
Nothing
No,
whimsy about
no
that.
whimsy.
But that, I mean, you cannot,
You can't do that without
being just completely,
Exactly.
yeah.
And then you think somebody probably gave birth right there in the middle of the eclipse, and that is two awe-inspiring
It's a double.
things.
Can you
Under
imagine?
twinkly lights.
Can you imagine? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I had written any success of my children, but I thought you guys would yell at me. And then Kim said the birth of our kids. So
Hey, no.
similar.
So any success of your children gives you on whimsy. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
I'm just happy you love your kids so much.
Yeah.
I don't often get that feeling.
Oh, stop it.
As adults, I've never had. I mean, I'm proud of them, but I never sit and think that it's. Well, your kids are extra special.
All of our kids are extra special. What would
Are
you say
they?
that? Yes.
I think I get more nostalgic from, or just emotional of them growing up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yes, I'm very proud of them, like their first real job, or,
Sure.
like getting into a program they want to in college.
Sure.
Or, I don't know, graduating from high school. But I think it's more, I get just very sappy and emotional about it.
Heck yeah.
Like, because I literally, I mean, I have my 3 young adults still live at home just because they're at different phases of their life. I still don't look at them like Jack will be 26 in April. He's forever 10 in my eyes. I don't look
Right.
I still treat him like he's little. I still, I don't. Yeah, I just don't. It's funny. A mother's eyes don't really see their kids.
And that's
Like
true.
that.
And
Yeah.
I think, my mom lives with us now and she's 83 or whatever. And I think she
Absolutely.
you were just saying how you went on vacation with your mom and dad and
Yes.
immediately felt like you were 12.
And I
Like that
loved
never
it.
goes away.
And I loved it. I mean, there are certain times that you don't like it, but those moments
Yes.
are they're fleeting.
Yes.
As your parents get older, and I'm much more aware of letting go of a lot of the baggage and
just
being in touch with
the good.
how it makes you feel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love it. Kim, anything else on your list? the only other thing that I thought would be whimsical is if I could wear my favorite shirt and my favorite pants that don't match. That's what I used to do when I was little. Like, I'd put on my very favorite shirt. It happened to be striped. There's a picture of me doing this, but it's like, this is my very favorite shirt. It was striped. And then my scooter skirt, which is a skirt these days, but they called them a scooter skirt back in my day. It was kind of a corduroy plaid.
Okay.
And I proudly put them on. I was about 4, and I thought I looked so good because it was both of my favorite things. How could I
Yes.
not be just killing it? And there's a picture of me sitting on the steps.
I think you have continued to do that with your Adam Sandler shorts.
What, Rob's basketball shorts?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Your loungewear.
Those are my pajamas.
Well, that is a very similar outfit to the one you just described.
And you could totally get away with it today because
It's a 1972 basketball shirt and
Some old shorts
old shorts that
down
go
to
past
my
your
knees. Okay, you caught me. I
Okay.
do that.
just at night, though.
I'm not brave enough to go out during the day. Okay, you're right. Well, the only other thing I thought of, when I was thinking about how to make things a little bit more lighthearted, just a little bit easier to be an adult, is I did notice that in recent years, there has kind of been a slow moving toward, and it probably has to do with mental health, doing more childlike things for your mental health for adults. Like, I was thinking, there hadn't always been coloring books made for adults, right?
Yeah,
Agree.
no, I agree.
So, like, there's something to being lighthearted and whimsical that is good for your brain.
I agree.
Absolutely.
And so, I was like, yeah, they created this whole adult, let's color and
paint by
coloring
number
books.
and
And
coloring
Yeah.
books. And I mean, it is mental health. For
And-
obvious reasons.
a kickball league, adult kickball league, that's
Yes.
all these things are back, and they're back. They have to be back because people,
Well, think about
Miss them, need them, want them.
pickleball.
yes.
Yeah.
The blowing up of pickleball. It's
Yes.
a certain age demographic. I mean, I know a lot of young people play pickleball, but I was just in Siesta Key. Let me tell you, those pickleball courts are full all freaking day and night with senior citizens. And I think that it just brings back, you feel young
Yes.
to be able to do that.
You're able to go outside and play.
Yes.
And yeah, there's not a whole bunch of things that I can still do. So you're right. I think we do take up pickleball this summer.
No, I would love to. I've
Okay.
never played.
Okay.
I would love to.
You don't seem like you're in, Tracy.
I said I was in.
Oh my God. She's not my partner. There's no way I'm being partners with Tracy.
You don't want to be partners with me.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. If you think of something that you used to do as a kid that you would love to incorporate into your adult life, we'd love to hear about it because there's just not enough of it. I mean, and in fact, I'm going to stop doing this. We're going to watch cartoons. I think that's that's exactly what I want to do tonight. So thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time on Up for Grabs.